Yeah, hello and welcome to another update video about Solana. Solana still shows an, I would say, unchanged structure. Solana has followed the pullback into the upper micro support area that we talked about. Let's talk about that in a minute, but before we zoom in, I want to talk about the white wave count as well. These are both possible, they are both probable, they are both valid. The market has not yet committed to one of them. What are these two scenarios? So in the yellow scenario, we are already in a breakout formation, and we can call that initial move up from the 5th of August low a wave 1, pretty much the first wave of an uptrend. Then the wave 2 was a higher low, correcting that first wave of an uptrend. We could now be in a third wave, but it's not impulsive to the upside. We're likely dealing with a diagonal pattern here. Then we could get a wave 4 and a wave 5. Now, the main takeaway is there is a support area which is located between $150.83 and $161, and the market is at the moment holding it. And at the moment, as long as we're holding that area, you know, the yellow scenario remains plausible. It remains the one that you could say is in control at the moment, right? Because we are holding above support, pullbacks remain shallow. But we need that next signal that the next move up has started, which would be wave 5 of C of 3. There's going to be resistance in the area above or around this trend line and around the previous swing high from July, around $195. So, but however, if we break below that upper support area, it will shift probabilities towards the white scenario. What is the white scenario? In this scenario, we also have a wave 1. But the pullback afterwards was just the A wave of a larger wave 2 correction, which in the yellow count already bottomed in September. But in the white count, this was only the A wave. Then we've seen a rally in wave B, which is plausible because it's a 3-wave rally, an overshooting B wave. These can overshoot, and they can overshoot. Normally we say to a maximum of the 138% retracement of the initial rally. So let me just show you the retracements. Oops, overshooting, and it's reacted pretty much exactly just below the 138% extension. So it's within the scope of what we would expect normally, right, as a B wave. So it is just something to be aware of. That white count is plausible, which is not bearish. It just means that, okay, maybe this correction is just extending out, and the wave 2 is now still unfolding, and actually more specifically it's the wave C of 2. And in the last videos I shared with you a target area for that C wave. It is located between $111 and $134, which is the Fibonacci extension zone, and there are additional levels at $125 and $120. It's the blue Fibonacci extension zone, but that would only really become active with a break below the upper micro support at $150.83. So two bullish scenarios. Invalidation point is the August low at around $110. So we have seen now a first reaction to upper micro support. I shared with you yesterday that it might be reasonable to draw a trend line here and pay attention to it. There are a couple of ways how this trend line can be drawn, but even if I draw it like this, we're just slightly above the trend line. A second, just need to adjust it. Again, it depends on how I draw it. Okay, so now we're back below it, but it really depends because there are many touch points down there, right? So in this case, we have broken above it. We had just one fake out, and again, that's where drawing trend lines is quite unreliable. I don't normally use them for analysis, but they can be used obviously for additional initial signals, maybe for traders if you're trading with trend lines. But the reaction to the support area is very weak at the moment. It's still a corrective move up, but we have seen a first reaction to micro support. I mean, the price dipped into micro support and is already rallying out of it. Yes, it's a small rally, but we've had a similar reaction here on Saturday the 26th, or it was Friday the 25th, and then we rallied to the upper boundary line of the channel, to the trend line. So it's just something to be aware of. But all I can say at the moment, there has been a reaction, but it is weak. Okay, I shared with our members on Discord earlier today that we need more upside momentum to conclude that the pullback has ended. So while the pullback might have ended, there is no evidence for it yet other than a small reaction to support. So what would I want to see next? Well, we need a first 5-wave move up now. It's just not there yet. A break above that last swing high might help at 174, but really for a confirmation that we're moving up higher, we need a break above that red line, that larger red line that is which is the upper boundary line of the overall trend channel, right? And important to keep the yellow scenario alive is to hold above $150. So any break below 150, you've got the alternative plan B scenario. And that's the update. So I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter. Yesterday, by the way, I shared an update on X, formerly Twitter, here about Solana. So if you want to stay up to date, there are some additional updates there on Twitter that we share. Feel free to follow us. You'll find the link in the description. And just make sure that you only follow the account with the blue check mark. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.